Welcome to Punky's Pro Wrestling. I'm doing this video on my phone because my camera is out of commission. So, as my father used to say, so, I do need to replace it. I made videos on the other channels letting everyone know about that. There won't be videos on those channels, but I do have a wrestling news video I want to do, so I'm going to do it on my phone. I'm going to do the smaller bits of news, then I'll do the biggest piece of news. Cody Rhodes' eye is injured. It looks awful, and I guess off camera he's wearing an eye patch. The doctor told him that he wasn't going to lose his eye. He said, while that was one of the more comforting, it was one of the strangest things he's ever been told at a doctor's office. So, yeah, I get it. So, but it's still pretty bad. We don't know the extent of the injury. We don't know if there's an orbital bone fracture, a nasal fracture, a fracture to the temporal bones. We just don't know. I can tell you, if you watch Stevie Richards' analysis, it's very clear it happened on the punt. No shade to Randy Orton whatsoever, because he tried to make it as safe as he could while laying it in. For whatever reason, there's no love lost with Charles Robinson, and excuse me, I have a Stevie Richards and James Romero, for whatever reason. So, they commented on the fact that when Charles took the ref bump, he ended up laying kind of in the middle of things. And so when Cody went for the Cody cutter and went into the RKO, he had to land on an arm and on his side, a way that could have fractured his arm, because Charles Robinson was in the way and he was trying to protect him. No wrestler wants to take that bump in the way that he did. And so Stevie said he's protecting Charles. He sees, as he's coming off, oh my God, I'm going to land on Charles' head and neck. I have to change course. So he chooses to take the bump on his side. He said, you never want to see an arm go down like that for a bump. He said, you know, he looked as he was coming down. Oh, no. Charles is in the wrong spot. I have to make an adjustment, you know. And good for Cody for being able to do that as a pro. He also received stitches in the back of his head. Speaking of stitches in the back of the head, Braun Breaker, the son of Rick Steiner, in his feud with Brock Lesnar, oh my God, with Seth Rollins, ran out, went after him. Rollins went to hit him in the back with the chair, but the top edge of the chair hit the back of his head, split the back of his head wide open. It was a mess. So we got a few stitches, and we'll probably have to go through a concussion protocol before he's allowed to return. But it was a complete accident, and I'm sure Rollins feels absolutely terrible. Now for the big news. The post-WrestleMania firings. right after WrestleMania, WWE, in this case TKO, go on a firing spree. Or a releasing spree, however you want to look at it. And they've released 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Technically 23 because one of these is a team. People. And it's expected that there will be more. I actually printed the list rather than writing it down. Some of them I believe will end up in AEW, maybe TNA. And I'll tell you as I'm going down the list who I think will end up there. Kairi Sane, I think she'll end up in AEW. Maybe even TNA. But I think that Tony Khan will be knocking at her door. Aleister Black, I'm not sure. He might end up in TNA because he's already been in AEW, so I'm not 100% on that. Zelina Vega, Aleister Black's wife. She might end up in AEW or TNA. Or she might decide to hang it up because she's been around quite a while now. Uncle Howdy / Bo Dallas. I don't know. Maybe he'll go to Japan because the Uncle Howdy character is a character that kind of fits Japan. Anyway, Nikki Cross. I'm willing to bet that AEW goes after her. Santos Escobar, not sure. Motor City Machine Guns. I love those guys. They weren't given a chance at all in WWE. They could go back to AEW or TNA. Or even go to Japan and finish out their careers. Because they've been around a really long time. So, their careers are probably getting near the end. But they're still great. Dexter Lumis. They never used him. They used him for a short time to spook out The Miz. But they never really used him, and he looked like he could have been a really good prospect. And I guess he was a big star in TNA. So either they'll take him back, or AEW will grab him up. Apollo Crews, I think AEW will grab him up. Rowan, Eric Rowan. I think one of the other companies will definitely grab him up. Joe Gacy. I think his gimmick was like a takeoff on John Wayne Gacy. From what I saw, I didn't see a lot of him. I think if he is picked up, his gimmick will change. If you see something moving in the background right over here, right, I'm trying to point to it right here. That is a digital picture frame. Andre Chase, don't know anything about him. Zoe Stark will be picked up for sure. Should be picked up by either AEW or TNA for sure. Same thing with Alba Fry. I don't know anything about Tyra May Steele. I'm guessing some of these are people from NXT. Serena Linton, same thing, I don't know. Tyson, I don't know who he is. Tyreek, Chris Island, Malik Blade, Trill London, Luca, Crisafino. I don't know any of those people. If you do, let me know. It's possible any one of the people on this list could be picked up, but the names that stand out to me as almost certainly picked up are the ones that I mentioned. Santos Escobar, he could definitely be picked up too. Like I said, there are certain names on this list that definitely stand out to me. And some that you go, why did they release that person like Kairi Sane? Why? You know, Zoe Stark, why? Alba Fry, why? They were some of the top women. So they're really reshuffling the women's division, and I'm really hoping that that means we're going to see more people crawling toward the top. So, yeah. And they said expect more to be released. So, or at least that's what wrestling news sites are saying, expect more to be released. And sometimes they do it, a lot of times they do it in 2 ways. So, we'll see who else gets their walking papers, and we will report on it. Oh, we will report on it. So, because it's my dad and my uncle. It's a big family picture. Anyway, that's my uncle. Like I said, I think that, personally, as I said, a lot of these people will be picked up pretty quickly. It may take a little while before you see them because of no compete clauses and all that stuff in contracts. And I think the ones that came in, like Dexter Lumis came in as a big star from TNA, and they just didn't use him. That wasn't his fault. He didn't do anything wrong. They just didn't use him. So you can only do what the company allows you to do, you know? If they don't give you the TV time and the opponents to flourish with, which they didn't with him, then yeah, you're gonna end up released. You know? Some of these women, there's no excuse for their releases. Some of these people just weren't being pushed. Zelena was no longer being pushed. Malachi Black was no longer being pushed. You know? But doggone it, Kairi Sane was still at the top. Alba Fry was amazing. Zoe Stark was just outrageous. So, and like I said, Dexter Lumis had a lot of potential. Oh, anyway, these are my opinions. If you don't agree with them, that's fine. Be nice about it, but it's fine. So please subscribe for more videos like this. It's driving me crazy because there's like an issue with my screen. And hopefully I'll be getting a new camera soon. That's my goal. Need camera. Anyway. So, please hit the hype button if you see it. That would be much appreciated. It's better than the like button because it doesn't put it in a list. You know what I mean? I like that better than the like button. But they limit how many videos you can hype, which is dumb. You should be able to hype whatever videos you want to hype. There shouldn't be a limit on it. And maybe they'll change that. Because this hype button's only a new rollout over the last 6 months or so. I don't think they should limit it. That's just my opinion. Because it should be similar to the like button, except that they're not putting it in a list, a needless list on your channel. My opinion. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you, I don't know when, hopefully next week. Bye, guys. I am still working on a list for Hall of Fame next year, a list for what I'd like to see on Dark Side of the Ring, that kind of thing. Still working on it. So, those will be my next videos. Bye, guys. God bless you.